welcome to this brunch edition of the Completely Unnecessary Podcast. It is Tuesday, springtime, March 27th, 2018, alongside barely awake Ian Ferguson.
I'm here.
I'm back on tree. We got a lot of fun stuff going on to talk about this time in the world of gaming, retro and modern, and in the world of bankruptcies, in the world of wrestlers returning, thankfully, after 2 years of retirement. KB Toys might be making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Handheld game emulation. More info on the Atari box with a new name, a new game grading service, Street Fighter series in development, Pat's in a midlife crisis, and your Q&A. So, Ian, what's going on in your life?
Oh, stuff. Watched a lot of basketball recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get into that.
It's been good.
Buffalo got knocked out?
Yeah, but the fact that they even made it was pretty great. And then the fact they made it to the second round.
Is that amazing?
Was fantastic.
That means they had an upset and they got there?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of upsets for Buffalo to do anything, really. In anything, not just
in anything.
In anything endeavor. In anything that Buffalo does positively, that's an upset. So that's fantastic.
Okay.
Syracuse has been knocked out, which is unfortunate. That's my team.
You're my boy, Blue.
But yeah, for the first time in years, I've actually had a chance to watch a large chunk. I got to watch all of round 1 and round 2. I got to watch at least a day's worth of the Sweet 16. I didn't get to watch any of the Elite 8.
Sweet 16!
But it's been fun. So that was cool. I went up to WonderCon on Sunday with Vonnie.
How was that?
Just for a day. I actually really enjoyed it. It's so nice.
A little less hectic. But still hectic at this point, but less hectic than San Diego.
Way less hectic. Actually, what was cool was I think the most hectic area was Artist Alley.
Oh, really?
Lots of people were there for the artists and for comics. There was really no media. There was no like TV station presence. There was no movie presence. There was no video game company presence. It was just vendors and comics, for the most part, small press. So it was a lot of fun. I got that X-Men Age of Apocalypse omnibus for $50. Normally goes for like 130.
That's the story from, what is it, the late 80s, early 90s?
It's from the early 90s.
Early 90s.
It's the classic.
Sure.
Alternate universe.
It comes
story.
a wrecked house and
Yeah. So that was neat, and yeah, it was a good time. So that's what I've been up to.
Well, I still don't have. You can tell my disarray because behind you, I still don't have games on the shelf. There, I'm trying to figure out what to put on the shelves besides the NES and Sega Master System, some of the Genesis there. But I'll get up. I'll get there. This is a weird week, not just because of this being around here, and it's like maybe you're seeing slight improvements to this. Probably not, since the last 2 weeks you've seen nothing. In my life, but now I'm in a midlife crisis, according to a nice Wired profile about me written by Justin Heckert. So before we get any further, Justin did not pick the clickbaity title at Wired.com. So it's called "The Nintendo King and the Midlife Crisis."
It's good because I like Justin, and it's a good article. I actually like the article very well, very much.
Pat Contri has made
the title is rough.
His synopsis: Pat Contri has made a career out of his YouTube videos about all things Nintendo. But as he closes in on 40, the NES punk is struggling to... it's cut off. Struggling to imagine what things beyond that. Is that what that says? It's cut off on the Twitter there. All right. Well, anyway, read the article. It's not called. It doesn't. There's no midlife crisis reference in the print version, at least.
Yeah,
it makes me seem like I'm a madman because of that. But it basically delves into the mindset of me as I get older. The NES Punk character is 10 years old. The NES is the backdrop to my hobby for 20 years, but also part of my career. And it's a nice article. It's a nice profile. It seems compressed. It's a little rushed. They cut out like 500 words, but yeah. What did you think about it? Was it interesting to learn about me? You know anything about Did you learn anything from the article you didn't know about me, or no?
No.
You said that with such sort of like disdain. No, I knew all that.
It was like reading the back of a cereal box I've read 100 times before as I'm sitting there eating my breakfast.
What would be my giveaway item though? Would I have a giveaway item?
Uh,
Like a random NES 4 score sealed above you? Is that what it is?
yeah. Maybe an M82.
But I'm honored that I was chosen in this the issue. I think it's the age issue. So they profile people in different age groups, and I'm in the 27 to 54 age group, I believe.
Cool.
So I'm glad that I'm like a little closer to the 27 still at this point.
Yeah.
At the 54.
Well, I think
But-
Justin did a fantastic job writing it. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to delve in too much. Check it out. I tweet it out. I think you're allowed a certain number of Wired articles per month before you have to subscribe. So if you've read Wired a lot, you probably subscribed. If not, just read this one before you read the other ones, and then you can decide if you want to subscribe. Or go to your local Barnes and Noble or local bookstore and buy the print version. You can look at my weird ass hair in the one picture. Call my hair foppish.
I agreed. I agree. In that one picture, you look kind of like an ageless, timeless British pop star.
In which one? The picture of me
In front of
the shelf?
Yes.
I was kind of not disappointed they used that photo. There was real photographers here for like 2
I
hours.
can tell.
What do you mean you can tell? It made me look good for once.
Mm-hmm.
But they showed up.
Also, you told me.
Okay, well, let's pretend for the audience that you don't know about this stuff. We're only doing a podcast.
This is brand new to me.
Yeah, professional podcast, everyone. So they did pictures, and I'm glad that for the print version, I don't think they're going to use the strange one of me outside with the Donkey Kong stuffed Donkey Kong, but they're using the other two.
That's sad.
With my nice Spy Hunter shirt, and then the me at the podcasting booth, and then you got a quote in there.
I did.
So you don't know what I do for fun, apparently.
Not lately. No. I mean, honestly, I could have said movies, but I mean, like,
That's
who doesn't go to the fucking movies?
who doesn't watch a good Marvel yarn at this point,
Right.
Yeah. So and just to clear things up, it's not like the NES Punk character is dead and gone right now, but it's thinking
He's
about
just dead inside right
dead
now.
inside. I mean, I just had one come out a few months ago, and I if it wasn't for the move, I probably would have done another one. And I don't know how I even got that one out with the move, to be honest.
I have no clue.
It was like the famous story. Sometimes I get this will to kill myself. Like when I was moving from New Jersey to California, 3 days before the move, I filmed an NES Punk video 3 days before. It's
Yeah,
been
that
like-
was stupid.
that was very stupid. That was the M82 for the win video, by the way. I filmed that in the midst of moving across the country and packing shit. Like it was insane that I did that 3 or 4 days before. It was close. Yeah. So anything besides that, any comments, anything, links to a certain NES guidebook, calls it a Bible. Let's quote this. It suffocated him, but turned into a surprise hit. That is a very good term for what the book did to my life. It suffocated me. That's a very astute wordplay for there. It suffocated me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check it out. Maybe this will finally qualify me for a Wikipedia article. Because in the past, I remember cause I do have a Google alert sometimes set, and it was up there, and then it was not just marked for deletion. My Wikipedia page was marked for speedy deletion. Like it was like get this the fuck off Wikipedia. I guess there's regular times where and get this the hell off Wikipedia sort of stuff. I think that's interesting. That's all.
Oh.
But the story of me crying about Zelda 2 because it wasn't arriving from the Sears catalog, absolutely true. But that's that was a chip shortage that helped out there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, all right. Anything else going on in our lives that are important? Sea of Thieves, real quick. What the fuck's up with this game? Why is it getting so much coverage?
I think because everyone was trying to find the game inside of it.
I didn't see a lot of build up to it. Like these other huge games that come out, then all of a sudden I see this. Maybe I'm not in the know. Was there a lot of buzz around this game?
It was Xbox One exclusive, so being one of the few, I would say, like
one of the few exclusives.
One of the few exclusives. If you're not playing Xbox One regularly, you might not know about it. Two, it's big because it's a rare title. So it was like one.
Ah,
It was
that's what it is.
it was one of the first big like original properties they've been working on in a while.
Everything rare must be pushed, I guess, or acknowledged.
Well, I mean, it's their big first, their second party.
Second party,
Yeah,
so to
it's their
speak.
big second party developer. So I think people really wanted it to be something, and I think the idea of the game sounds really great.
What's the idea, real quick?
The idea of the game was supposed to be, you get multiple people to play with you, and you all man a pirate ship,
Sure.
and you seafare around and. Dude, I can't talk right now. You know this, but you seafare around and you sail and
you fight, you loot,
you fight and you get treasure and
capture
stuff like
ships.
that.
Maybe you discover, you go little islands. You get
But from what I understand, there's only like one upgrade to your ship, and it's cosmetic only.
Well, that sounds great.
There's no NPCs or anything.
That sounds fantastic.
On the islands. There's lots of griefing when it comes to the multiplayer.
So people are just ruining it for others.
And I guess
it's not a single player experience at all, right? You have to really do multiplayer.
From what I understand, yes, multiplayer is basically unavoidable in it. So it kind of sounds like a No Man's Sky situation, but magnified.
Magnified because that at least there was stuff to do, even though it seemed like it was empty once you did it for dozens of hours.
Right, there was still at least a couple of multiple goals, the upgrades to your ships weren't entirely cosmetic. They gave you more, room to hold stuff and things like that. It's one of those things that they could probably take care of with, adding content, which they said they're going to do. But
like how the first No Man's Sky update was big enough to get, but then it was too late though. But then there was so much buzz around No Man's Sky.
So the thing is, I feel like Rare probably should have learned a very important lesson from watching someone else release a game
that wasn't finished.
That while they're obviously two different games, they're both getting compared, I think, rightly in the same way for feeling you've got this large open world, but you've got a very dead feeling to it.
When I saw this at first, I swear to God, I thought it was a mobile game. It was like those commercials you see, like, you know what I mean? Like World of Planes.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
They did take a weird... I'm not like totally against like a cartoony art style, but it's
very simplistic art style.
It seemed like it was almost emulating that mobile art style.
But it almost seems like, just from seeing some gameplay footage, and I've seen some, it looks like a fucking mobile game. I'm sorry. The way it looks and plays,
Sure.
It looks like it can be a mobile game. Then again, at this point they have, PUBG on mobile. I think they just announced that it's ad-free or free. One of the two. And then there's also Fortnite mobile game, which is tying up fucking Wi-Fi at high schools and schools, supposedly. I almost added that article, how that's getting nuts. Jesus. People playing that. So it's starting to bridge closer together in some aspects, depending on the game. But this looks like a cheap fucking game. And that's all I'm going to say. You can say I haven't played it. I have it. It looks cheap.
I would love to play it in ideal conditions where you have 4 people that know each other on one ship and 4 people that actually know each other on another ship. But a lot of people say that the issue is that's never what you get, and you end up with 4 random people trying to pilot, navigate a pirate ship, and it's just nonsense.
Someone said that I can't confirm this, but someone said that the Kraken, you can count on the Kraken, it's so cheap that the Kraken, the tentacles come out the water.
But there's nothing under.
There's nothing under the water.
Yeah. The big final boss in the game is just tentacles.
Is that the final boss technically, or the biggest thing you can encounter?
It's the biggest enemy or something.
And there's
like that.
So you shoot at fucking tentacles.
Yeah.
That just sounds half-assed, if I may say.
Yeah, I won't disagree there.
You won't disagree there. All right. Well, go play Sea of Thieves. It's on your iPhone and on your no, it's not. It's on Xbox One.
Sounds like the game is The Thief.
Wow.